Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel, and this is where I continue to grind the grill line. And we are up to tier 7, the Sturer Emil. Now, I've got to admit, I absolutely effing hate this tank. I'm glad I never have to play the Nashorn again, but honestly, this tank, and I get some people are going to like it, and some people are going to hate it, and that is the same with a lot of tanks. But the Sturer Emil, honestly, I hate it. I really do hate it. There's a few good things about it, of course, but overall, I really do hate it. Now, the gun is pretty good with a tier 9 gun, but for me, that is it. That is literally it. Now, it is a bit more difficult to HE the side of your gun. I mean, yeah, it is hard to HE. But yeah, you've still got no armor. You've still got no armor whatsoever. 75 on the front. So your DPM is 2,258. Again, we're not playing this fully stocked out, so do bear that in mind. Your reload is 12.2 seconds, and you have a penetration of 249 on your AP. Now, that is all you have, because you have AP and you have HE. So you've got nothing to back up on. Bear in mind, you do have 70 pen on your HE, which is okay, but you know, that sometimes it is a struggle when you're coming up against tier 8 and you can't penetrate anything. You have to really result in shooting HE and doing less damage, because you're only going to splash. Bear in mind, the 249 is decent pen, but yeah, it does struggle. It really does struggle when you're coming up against them super heavies in tier 8. You do have a 460 alpha with a HE of 600. Now, I do believe that because it only has the two shells, I think that should be at least 500. Like 500 pen 500 damage would make this tank much better. You've got an aim time of 2.8, which is really good, and dispersion of 0.326. Now, bear in mind, we're not running the equipment to make this even better. So you have 15 degrees of gun depression, which of course is very nice, and you have to use that. Really, that's the only way to play this tank is to get on a ridge, use that 15 degrees of gun depression, and then take your shot and back down under the sort of back behind the hill, so you are hiding your tank, so you're not exposing your tank as long as you need to. You've got a top speed of 30 kilometers an hour, which again is a struggle because it is a very slow tank. And yeah, you know, there's a few good things about the tank. This is where you do get the provision, so you've got the spool liner, so if people are shooting HE at you, they're going to do less damage. And as I've said, this not all bad. It's not all bad. There are some good things. I mean, the gun is good. The gun depression is also good. But I just think, you know, overall, I really don't enjoy playing the tank. And again, like the Nashorn, I'm glad I never ever have to play this tank again, because for me, it is a struggle. I don't like it, and I don't really want to play it. So luckily on my account, I have managed to build up some XP. I've managed to build up some free XP as well, so I didn't really need to play this tank long. So at least that is, I'm glad. I had to play it longer than I wanted, because of course, the same as the Nashorn, I got a new phone, made the video, and then yeah, deleted everything from my phone. So I had to play these tanks again and make another video of these tanks. So let me know in the comments, are you a Sturer Emil lover, or are you a hater? Because I'm definitely a hater for this tank, but I do get if some people do like it, because you know, it is for some and it's not for others. You just need to, it's all about positioning as well, and it's the same with anything in this line really. It's all about positioning. If you can get into a very good position where you can use that gun depression, I mean, like now I'm trying to get on this ridge. I don't want to expose too much of my tank, but it's all about getting on a ridge, hopefully not being spotted, and then you can just farm. But the DPM, I mean, the DPM is not too bad. but I wish it was like a little bit lower reload or a little bit more alpha. So as you can see here, we're going to get ourselves on the ridge, and we do manage to get the shot and kill the CS. So now, of course, I do want to take care of this SU-152 because he could be very, very dangerous, and he can pretty much take me out with one shot. If I kind of forget about him, I turn to the side and he HEs me, he can pretty much kill me with one shot. So I do want to bear that in mind. But at the moment, it's now a 6 versus 4. I'm trying to go for this J Panther here because I know my guy is just running away. The Type 62 is running away. So I just want to offer my little bit of support and try to wait for him to come round. But even at this point in the game, it's a 6 versus 3. No problem at all. But this J Panther now, I do have to be careful, and for some reason I took the shot, but I did manage to get a bounce, lucky bounce. And you know, I'm just going to wait for my reload, and then maybe we'll trade off a little bit, because I can afford to trade off at the moment, because it is only 2 tanks left alive. So even at this point now, I'll take a few shots as long as I can get the kill, and then that's around about 2k damage. But again, it's not going to be a tank where you're constantly doing 3 or 4k damage. You might have the odd game that you can do 3k and sometimes even 4k, but again, it is all about positioning in this tank. If you're out of position and you get spotted, you could get absolutely torn apart. You could be wrecked within seconds. If a medium tank or a light tank comes up behind you, then yeah, you can just get you can get deleted, because as soon as they get behind you, if you're out of position and you're in the open, you can just get wrecked, and it's not very fun to play. And this is where what I'm saying about tier 8 tanks with super heavy armor. Now I am going to go I could get the penetration, but I didn't want to wait for him to go up the hill, so I just wanted to quickly get the kill, get a little bit of damage, and that does push me over the 2,000 mark. And again, nothing special at all, but again, it's one of those tanks where I mean, because I was lucky, I had the XP. I mean, I haven't played this tank, how many games? I've played it 8 times, and I'm able to get the next tier, which of course is the Borzik. And the Borzik is another tank I'm not overly keen on, but it's definitely an upgrade to what we have been playing. So stay tuned, because the Borzik is next on the list. We are grinding up the lines very, very quickly, and you can see I've only played it once or twice, and I have got enough free XP for the bigger gun. But we'll talk about the Borzik in the next video. But for now, again, leave in the comments, are you a Sturer Emil hater or are you a lover? Let me know in the comments below. But for now, hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm meadsy69, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye bye.